Welcome back. In our journey to becoming certified industrial fire brigade leaders, we must build our house on a solid foundation. And that foundation is unequivocally the National Fire Protection Association's Standard 1081, the standard for facility fire brigade member professional qualifications. Think of NFPA 1081 not as a restrictive rulebook, but as the very blueprint that defines competency for us and our teams. Its core purpose is to specify the minimum job performance requirements, or JPRs, for every member of a facility fire brigade. This isn't about telling you how to fight a fire in your specific plant. Rather, it's about defining what a qualified person must be able to do. The standard outlines the essential duties, knowledge, and skills required to perform the job safely and effectively. It's a performance-based standard, meaning it focuses on the successful execution of tasks, which is a critical concept for a leader to grasp and implement within their brigade's training program. The scope is intentionally focused on the qualifications of the individual, ensuring that no matter the facility, a certified member possesses a verified baseline of capability. This standard forms the bedrock upon which we build our operational procedures and, ultimately, our confidence as leaders. To truly understand our role as leaders, we first need to appreciate the different roles within the team we are meant to lead. NFPA 1081 meticulously defines three distinct operational levels for fire brigade members, creating a clear structure for response capabilities. The first level is the incipient industrial fire brigade member, who is trained to handle fires in their initial or beginning stage, essentially dealing with the fire before it has grown significantly. Next, we have the advanced exterior industrial fire brigade member, who possesses the skills to combat fires from the outside of a structure, utilizing larger handlines and mastering defensive firefighting strategies. Finally, the interior structural industrial fire brigade member is qualified to enter a burning building, a role that requires a significantly higher level of training, physical fitness, and proficiency with self-contained breathing apparatus, SCBA. As a fire brigade leader, you must be qualified to the level of the brigade you are leading. This tiered system, established in coordination with NFPA 600, allows a facility to match its brigade's capabilities to its specific risks, and it is our responsibility as leaders to understand the precise limitations and skills of each level to ensure safe and effective incident command. You cannot, for instance, ask an incipient level member to perform an interior attack. Knowing these boundaries is fundamental to your role. Now, let's dissect the most critical component of NFPA 1081 from a leadership perspective, the job performance requirements, or JPRs. A JPR is a statement that describes a specific job task, lists the items necessary to complete the task, and defines measurable or observable outcomes and evaluation areas for the task. For the industrial fire brigade leader, these JPRs are laid out in Chapter 8 of the standard and represent the core of what you will be tested on for your certification. They cover a broad range of supervisory and command functions, such as developing an initial action plan based on size-up information, implementing an incident management system, and assigning tasks to brigade members in a clear and concise manner under emergency conditions. The standard requires that a leader be able to analyze emergency scene conditions, allocate resources effectively, and communicate verbally with command presence. These aren't abstract concepts. They are testable, demonstrable skills. You will be expected to know what resources are available, understand basic fire control procedures, and be able to supervise and, critically, account for all assigned personnel during an incident. The beauty of the JPR model is its clarity. It tells you exactly what you need to be able to do to be considered competent, forming a clear roadmap for your training and professional development. While the JPRs provide the rest of the NFPA 1081 standard provides the essential context and supporting information. A proficient leader doesn't just memorize the JPRs. They understand the document structure and where to find critical information. The administrative chapters, like Chapter 1, lay out the scope, purpose, and application of the standard itself. The annexes are also invaluable resources. For example, Annexa provides explanatory material that offers deeper insight into the intent of specific requirements, while other annexes provide overviews of the JPRs for different member levels. For a leader, the chapters on organization, safety, and your specific responsibilities are paramount. They provide the framework for establishing standard operating procedures and ensuring the health and safety of your team, which is your highest priority. Understanding these sections allows you to move beyond simple task completion and develop a holistic safety culture within your brigade. The standard is designed to be a comprehensive guide, and familiarizing yourself with its layout will pay dividends, not just on the exam, but in every emergency response you command. One of the most nuanced and important concepts embedded within NFPA 1081 is that of site-specific requirements. The standard was intelligently designed to provide a core set of competencies while acknowledging that no two industrial facilities are identical. Your chemical plant has vastly different hazards than a food processing facility or a lumber yard. Therefore, the standard mandates that the management of the facility fire brigade must identify the unique hazards present at their site and incorporate training for those specific hazards into their program. This is where your leadership becomes absolutely critical. It is your responsibility to conduct or oversee the assessment of these site-specific hazards, which could include things like confined spaces, unique chemical processes, energized electrical equipment, or rail car movements. Once identified, you must then develop and integrate JPRs that address these unique challenges, ensuring your team has the requisite knowledge and skills to handle the emergencies they are most likely to face. This process must be documented and becomes an integral part of your brigade's qualifications, moving beyond the generic and creating a truly bespoke and effective emergency response capability. No standard exists in a vacuum, and your understanding of NFPA 1081 must include its relationship with other key documents, primarily NFPA 600, Standard on Facility Fire Brigades, and OSHA regulations. Think of NFPA 1081 and NFPA 600 as two sides of the same coin. While NFPA 1081 defines the professional qualifications for the individual, what the person can do, NFPA 600 addresses the organization, operation, training, and equipping of the fire brigade as a unit. NFPA 600 sets the requirements for the overall program, including things like medical and physical requirements for members and the establishment of an incident management system. The two standards are explicitly linked and cross-referenced, designed to be used together to create a comprehensive fire brigade program. Similarly, OSHA's Regulation 29 CFR 1910.156, which governs fire brigades, establishes the legal requirement for employers to provide proper training and equipment. NFPA 1081 was developed to align with these OSHA requirements, providing a clear pathway to ensure your members are trained to a nationally recognized and legally defensible standard. A leader must be conversant in all three to navigate the complex landscape of compliance, safety, and operational readiness. Ultimately, our deep dive into NFPA 1081 is about translating theory into practice. Your ability to interpret the standards requirements, particularly the job performance requirements for a leader, is the essential knowledge base you need for both the certification exam and for effective real-world leadership. The JPRs provide a structured framework for your decision-making process during an incident. When you're given size-up information, your knowledge of the JPR for developing an initial action plan will guide your thoughts. When you deploy your resources, you are executing a JPR. Every instruction you give, every safety consideration you address, ties directly back to the competencies outlined in this standard. Mastering these requirements means you won't be guessing what to do when the alarm sounds. You'll have a clear, predefined set of actions and responsibilities. This creates a command presence built on competence and confidence, ensuring the safety of your team and the effective mitigation of the incident. It is this practical application of the standard that turns a brigade member into a true brigade leader. I'll see you in the next lecture.